Whistles and cheers tell you that it's going to be Sandeep Lamichhane. Slip in position for Sandeep. He's been an international superstar for Nepal. A beautiful delivery first on the middle stump. Not a lot of spin was available. We've seen this early on. Will Sandeep be able to extract something of the surface? He's a lot quicker as compared to some of the other spinners in the world. This time pulling the length back. Every bowler has his own tricks, his own plans. Some, if they find an area early on, they just stick to that. Some want to try and experiment in their first over with their lines, with their lengths. This one was a fuller delivery. Sandeep Lamichhane.
Yeah, a name that is synonymous with Nepal cricket. Sandeep, one of the best spinners in the world. Another gem that's been playing for Nepal cricket for the last few years and has made a name for himself and for Nepal, not only in Asia but around the world. Plays a lot of franchise cricket and is a genuine match winner. Sandeep Lamichhane was brilliant with the ball in the T20 World Cup qualifiers recently in Oman. Got a 5-wicket haul against Qatar. That was on the 13th of October, not too long ago. That's been swept well. That's good counter-attack from Smith Patel, and he continues to hold that one end up and at the same time score runs for his side as well. Finishes the over with a 4. After 17, it's 63 for 2.
Spin in continuance. Lalit Rajbanshi has been asked to change ends. Wasn't really getting a lot of turn from the pavilion end, Rajbanshi. Sometimes it's about not just your skills, but also the ends that a bowler prefers. Where the wind is blowing from or against you. Amount of grass on the surface. The kind of tackiness. At one end coming in from wide outside the crease into the right-hander. He's using tactics.
A very smart thinking bowler. Wily cricketer, Lalit. And he's somebody who'll back his variations and his skill to the best. Got a 3-wicket haul against Samoa in Oman. So has been amongst wickets and has been in good form as well, Lalit. Has been drafted in the ODI side as well, backed by his performances in this format.
Angling it down leg. Runs coming in. When you're bowling in from that angle, the natural angle will take the ball down leg. And that's what he's been trying to do. Attack the leg stump. Try and get some turn from the leg stump towards the middle. A little more drift down leg and you'll be punished. This time a much better. Much better line.
Yeah, the slower he bowls, the better, I think, especially if he wants to turn the ball. If you dart it in, the chances of ball turning or gripping off the surface, not that much. So you have to, at least on a few occasions, if not all, try to slow or flight the ball in the air. That's what Lalit has done well so far. Gave away just 3 runs in his 2 overs. Rather, in this over, just 3 runs. After 18 overs, USA are 66 for 2.
Sandeep Lamichhane will continue. Slip in position for him. The attacking mindset is great. Runs will come in. A single this time. Nepal are looking for wickets. And they will be looking to try and break this partnership as soon as they can. Can't afford to let Smith Patel get away with this. He has an appetite for runs. Smith loves scoring those big ones. 152 not out his highest. Slip still in position. The skipper trusts the skill of Sandeep Lamichhane. The idea to continue with slip is to not just support your bowler but also to tell the batter that we are in the attack mode. We're not letting you loose. We're not giving you room to go out and play the way you wish to play. Straight down the track. A single. There's a quick chat between Arif and Sandeep Lamichhane. Mohammad Arif standing in the slips. He came running down, spoke to Sandeep and sprinted back. Wonder what that conversation was all about. Sometimes it's a tactical conversation and sometimes it's just about, hey, let's just play a bluff and confuse the batter. Dot ball to end the over. 19 gone. It's 70 for 2. Lalit Rajbanshi. He'll continue from the far end. No slip for him though. And rightly so, because hasn't really been able to extract turn out of the surface. 70 for 2 in 19.1. As a spinner, I would always love to see a spinner having a slip. If nothing else, there is at least an illusion in the mind of the batter that the ball might turn.
Yes, I think it wouldn't be a bad idea, but I also feel that because it's Smith Patel on strike, who's now well set on 36, he's almost played 10 overs, so he's got a good idea of the conditions and he knows that the ball's not turning much, so they would rather have that fielder on the offside and try and put some pressure through the in the form of dot balls, and maybe that's why the slip has been taken off, not giving him that easy single that he is always looking for. He'll want to bat through now. He'll want to bat as deep as possible for USA. And if he does that, we know that he can bat through because his highest score, 152, is when he was not out. He played through the innings. So he has that ability to do just that, and he'll be looking to replicate that today against Nepal.
Yeah, USA have done well in this edition of the League 2. Opening the face of the bat, trying to guide it, but can't beyond Sandeep Lamichhane. Sitting at number 2 position, almost assured of the next stage, the qualifier stage. Darting onto the leg stump now. These are comfortable singles. Very, very easy. 20 overs gone. USA 72 for 2. Sandeep Lamichhane from the pavilion end. Pulling the length back, aerially played, and the ball has gone many a miles. The first maximum of the day as USA, they definitely know a thing or two about punishing a bad ball, and that definitely a rank bad one. There you go. A half tracker. Good transfer of weight. That to make amends really quick. Sandeep did bowl a shorter one in that previous delivery, which was not punished, but this time the batter is not being too kind. Again trying to bowl a slightly shorter delivery. Did get some support at the square leg. Just a single.
A good start to the over. And now they'll have all the freedom in the world to not try something extraordinary. Just look to rotate strike. A slip in place now for Sandeep, who does bowl those wrist spinners that turn away from the right-hander, and that's why it warrants a slip. It's a good captaincy from Rohit Patel. He's been a wonderful leader of the pack for Nepal. Has brought a lot of success for his side and continues to do so.
Punching it down straight. Runs have come in, 8 runs in this over, courtesy of that big 6. So don't need to do anything silly. Sandeep is still looking for that ball to turn. Slightly short this time. And the fielder cannot do anything but just watch the ball go past the boundary line. A 4 to end the over. 21 overs gone. It's 84 for 2. the Rajbanshi to continue. Coming into bowler's fourth over. Just 9 runs so far in his 3 overs. Has been really tight in his lines. Using his feet this time, Smith Patel. But not successfully though.
Yeah, looking for that early boundary in the over. That's what they did against Sandeep as well. Got that 6, and now that 4 on the last ball of the over. We could see that placement was so good in front of square. Brings out the sweep again, Smith. This time there's protection in the deep, so will only be a single. And this partnership again brewing just at the right time for USA. So we can see that there is a tussle. There's a fight between bat and ball, as the intensity is consistent all throughout this game from the Nepali bowlers as well. Looking for a wicket on a regular basis. That's excellent running again. A throw from Karan Casey, but they complete the single without much damage.
Yeah, the idea is to not keep the scoreboard stale. Keep it ticking, keep it moving, keep the scorers busy. If not the boundaries, get your singles, get your doubles in. Lalit. Using his feet this time, Smith doesn't really reach the length of the ball. Will be a dot ball. I just hope that in the hunt for a boundary every over, Smith doesn't lose what he's already gained, and that is the confidence of playing on the surface. The ease with which he's playing here, I haven't seen anyone else have that kind of seamless presence on the surface so far.
And I think that has to do a lot with the fact that he's been able to negotiate the early morning pressure and the conditions well. He's been technically very sound. He's not afraid to block the ball when it's needed. And I think mentally he's very tough, and that shows in his performance here today. He's got 39 of 63 and he continues to build on that. 22 overs bowled. USA are 86 for 2.
Change in bowling for Nepal, as Sandeep Lamichhane, after his 3 expensive overs, has been asked to stay back. Arif Sheikh will come into bowl. That over was extremely expensive, that last over Sandeep that he bowled. A 6 to start with, a 4 to end with. The seamers have been able to do a lot better as compared to the spinners on the surface. But mind you, as the day progresses, the surface loses its moisture, starts getting a little dry, the ball starts getting a little softer. The spinners will come into play. Swing and a miss there.
And Nepal are looking for wickets, and that's why you can see that they've decided to quickly move on from the spinners and bring Arif Sheikh back into the attack. We might see Gulshan Jha back into the attack as well. He gave away 13 runs, if I'm not wrong, in 2 overs. So he might be brought back into the attack, as this traditionally we've seen, Neil, that this wicket does provide some assistance to the fast bowlers, not so much for the spinners. This one's a little too straight from Arif Sheikh, and he'll have to reload that again. So yeah, I think the fast bowlers will hold the key in this game, not only for Nepal but for US as well.
And that's why Rohit has quickly made that change. Not really continuing and giving that free ride to the US batters, with spinners coming into play ineffectively. 88 for 2 in 22.3. But what is going to be interesting is to see, once the ball gets slightly older, how do the Nepal seamers then come back tactically? Because while the ball is new and shiny, the surface had a little bit of moisture early morning. The ball did a bit. Slowly and steadily, the Nepal bowlers will then have to rely on a line, a length, which will be challenging to the batters, instead of trying to bowl with the same plan that they started off earlier today. Arif Sheikh trying to pull the length back this time. We'll get a single.
Yeah, the fast bowlers will have to, again, during the death overs, I'm sure they'll have their plans chalked out. Can't give away too many runs in that passage of play. But if USA, if they have wickets in hand, which they are planning to approach with that aspect, to just have wickets in hand in the last 15 overs, they'll definitely look to then tee off. So Nepal will have to be very cautious in the next 10-12 overs. They'll have to break this partnership, and they'll have to do that quickly. Smith Patel is on 40, Saitej on 23, scoring at a brisk pace as the 23rd over comes to an end. USA are 90 for 2.
Lalit Rajbanshi will continue from the far end. So it's a combination attack, seam and spin, bowling in tandem. And rightly so. Rajbanshi has been fairly successful, despite the fact that he's not been able to purchase turn. Giving flight, bowling it slower through the air. And maybe that is the difference between him and Sandeep Lamichhane. Sandeep generally tends to bowl them quicker through the air as compared to Lalit, who is giving a lot of air and finding some amount of success.
And also looking to mix it up, Lalit. So not afraid to flight the ball, but not afraid to dart the ball in as well. So you keep the batter guessing on what's coming up next. And Saiteja, he'll be a little cautious with the fielders inside the 30-yard circle, looking to stop the flow of runs. Just opens the face of the bat at the last moment. There are two fielders in that cover region, but he still manages to get a run, Saiteja. Another excellent middle order bat for USA. Has an average of 34, a highest score of 120, 200s in the ODI format for Saiteja. So very strong and formidable batting lineup for USA, and that is why they are where they are in the points table at number 2 in this ICC Men's CWC League 2.
A quick single there. And that's smart cricket. You don't need to look for boundaries always. As long as you're getting those singles, you're converting them into doubles. Keep the scoreboard ticking. Keep the bowler guessing. I quite like the approach here between Smith Patel and Sai Teja. Played it back to the bowler. The experience of playing against quality bowling will always help them improve their game and take it to another level. And that's what the US batters would be thinking of doing. Meanwhile, dot ball to end the over. 24 overs gone, 92 for 2. Arif Sheikh will continue. It's a good ploy by Nepal. Getting a single, they're going for the second. Very smart cricket, Shoaib.
Yes, good start to the over, good intent, good cricket overall. Not a bad ball from Arif Sheikh, and then nicely worked away, just tucked it towards mid-wicket. And the moment he hit the ball, he knew that there was two on offer. So they ran the first run hard, put pressure on the ball, on the fielder, and then came back for the second. So that's excellent cricket. And now they're plugging that gap. So you could see there was Dipendra Singh Airi, who was at covers, now has been sent to short mid-wicket, so that they don't give away that easy single. 5 fielders inside the 30-yard circle. And the ones that are inside the 30-yard circle are not on the circle. They're well inside, so that they don't allow the batters to take those easy singles, which is the right thing to do, because you don't want them to rotate strike. You want them to feel the pressure of those dot balls and then maybe play a false shot, because this pitch is now getting better with every passing over, Neil.
Well, no doubts about it. Played it aerially, but landed safely, so no issues whatsoever. The wicket getting better to bat on, it also tells you that USA at some point in time will have to push the pedal. What they're going at currently, they'll have to change that and try and get a few quick ones. Maybe they'll try and target it at the 35 over mark, because if the wicket is getting better, well, they'll need to score more than 240, 250 to be in that zone to feel comfortable.
Yes, I think in the second innings, USA will look to cross that 250 run mark. If they can put that on the board, Nepal will have to chase those runs down, which could be a bit challenging. However, having said that, I think because we know that the wicket is going to get better, maybe 270, 280 should be the target for USA. I think that will be a safe score, but anything less than that, I think Nepal will fancy chasing it down.
You're right. They'll have to change gears as Arif comes into bowl. And a dot ball to end the over. Halfway mark, USA are 97 for 2.
Right then, change of ends for Sandeep as he comes to bowl from the Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Road end. Flighted delivery starts slower in the air, and that's what you want from Sandeep. I'm sure he too has gauged the conditions well now and has an idea of what pace he needs to be bowling at. Experience galore, Sandeep Lamichhane, and just again a world-class bowler. And you can't keep him away from the game. You know that while he's there, while he's at it, while he's bowling, he's always going to look for wickets. And there you can see the crowd that has come out in support. It's a Sunday, it's a weekend here in Dubai, and as expected, a lot of Nepali fans have come out in large numbers to support their side, regardless of what the format is. It's a 50 over game or a 20 over game, doesn't matter. As long as it's Nepal team playing, they will have their supporters backing them up. And expect that crowd to increase in numbers as the day progresses, and especially when Nepal comes out to bat in the second innings. I think that entire section is going to be jam-packed with fans and supporters. And lovely people, great people to hang around with. Always love their game. That's beautifully swept and swept hard. And that's been hit in front of square. No chance for the fielder to stop that. So after 4 consecutive dot balls, Smith Patel has hit a boundary and moves on to 48. What a shot that was, Neil.
Well, undoubtedly, this man who's played his age group cricket in India definitely knows a thing or two about playing against the spinners. A punchy drive will get a couple of runs. No, just a single. Good piece of fielding there. Sumpal Kami. And Sandeep Lamichhane's over comes to an end. 26 overs gone. USA 102 for 2. Pace will continue as Karan Casey has been brought back, and I think, Shoaib, it's a good thought from the skipper to try and pick a wicket here. You bring your frontline bowler, try and get a wicket.
Yes, it's his second spell. You might see him bowl 3 spells today. Maybe a couple of overs here, trying to break this partnership as the 100-run mark has been crossed by USA in the previous over. So not a bad idea at all. Karan Casey, their prime bowler, the spearhead for Nepal. He's been brought into the attack. Maybe a couple of overs, maybe 3 as well if he really bowls well in search of that wicket.
You're right. I mean, if he picks a wicket here, will be very, very interesting. But he'll have to wait for that as Smith Patel gets his half century, 50 of 77. He's been a delight to watch, Smith Patel. The way he has taken care of not just the innings for his own sensibilities of the surface, but also for USA when they lost 2 quick wickets, has been impeccable. I'll bring Smith Patel back on strike. 2 half centuries before this and a century. He someone who loves scoring those big ones at bigger stages. Smith Patel played the 2012 Under-19 World Cup for India alongside Unmukh Chand. And then played for as many as 4 domestic sides in India before making that big move to the US. Didn't really have to take a lot of time to acclimatize because the family already was in the US. Wanted to pursue his cricketing career in India, and that's why stayed back while the family was in the US. And finally, after making that big decision of moving to the US, has been successful after making his ODI debut in 2024. Smith Patel, a beautiful delivery there. Incredible. Karan Casey, he's been asking those right questions, but will he pick a wicket now? That's the question that we need to ask, Shoaib.
Yeah, very well bowled. That was a really good delivery, and if Smith Patel, who's played 79 deliveries, was beaten all ends up, tells you that that was a jaffer of a delivery, and what a knock this has been. Let's look at that again. There you go. Just pitched in line and then shaped away just ever so slightly, beating the outside edge of the bat. A gritty knock this from Smith Patel. 50 of 79, make that 54, as that ball has been timed to perfection. Didn't try to hit it too hard, just the class of Smith Patel on display here at Dubai International Stadium. Ends the over with a 4, 6 runs coming off that Karan Casey over, 27 overs bowled. USA are 108 for 2.
Sandeep Lamichhane, 4 overs 25. Still persistent with the slip. Oh, he's got some turn there. Outside off, rather way outside off, and got that ball to move away from the right-hander. I think the change of ends might just help him ask the right questions. This one drifting into the body of the right-hander. Sai Teja pushing it back. Sandeep Lamichhane is a warrior. He will try and prize the wicket out.
Yeah, just flights the ball in the air this time, slower in the air as well from Sandeep. And we all know that he is always looking for wickets. A genuine wicket taker. Doesn't matter if he's been hit for a few runs here and there. The belief that has been shown by Rohit Patel is a testament that he can change the game in a matter of few overs. It also, as a wrist spinner, I feel it is all so got to do with a lot of rhythm as a bowler. Once you're into a rhythm, once you get into your rhythm, you become even more lethal. And Sandeep Lamichhane hasn't just been able to find that today in this game. Hopefully he can do that, and a couple of wickets for Nepal will be wonderful for Sandeep and for their cause as well in this game.
Undoubtedly. Sandeep wearing his lengths really well. It's a very smart bowler, Sandeep. You cannot be anticipating what he's going to bowl. Plus has a quick arm action, which means that if you do not read him off the palm, which invariably gets difficult, you're more often than not late in playing that shot. Meanwhile, a single to end the over. 28 overs gone. USA 112 for 2. Karan Casey to continue. The hunt for a wicket is still on. Nepal desperately need a wicket, and especially of that man Smith Patel. 56 of 82. He's played a brilliant knock so far, and it's looking good for more Shoaib.
Yeah, this partnership is worth 63 runs now. So goes to tell that it's not been easy for Nepal to break through this batting lineup of USA. Runs have come, and the more time Smith Patel has spent out in the middle, the more dangerous he is proving out to be.
.56 for him. And one thing that I've noticed of him is that he has the patience of the long game. Just puts his head down, plays the good balls with respect, and attacks the poor ones. The hallmark of a well-trained cricketer. Keeping him company side Deja. If these two stick around till the 35th, I'm sure that a fantastic platform would be set for not just these two, but for the batters to come. Milind Kumar also. Mind you, in the same game that Smith Patel scored that 152, Milind Kumar scored a quick fire 115. So once a platform is set, it just becomes easy for some of the other batters to come in and start exploding. But this man, Karan Casey, 4 dot balls. Something has to give in now.
Yeah, good bowling from Karan Casey again. Just not allowing Smith Patel to rotate strike. And these two, like you mentioned, there's a lot of batting to come for USA. They've got Milind Kumar, who's been in good touch. Shayan Jahangir as well. That's hit straight back. And good fielding by Karan Casey of his own bowling. Never easy, that. 5 consecutive dot balls now. Could be the first maiden.
Now Karan's already bowled a maiden.
He has. So it'll be his second maiden of the game. This goes to say that it's been a tough going, but you have to give it to Nepal the way they've bowled. Just not been able to break through this partnership.
Karan Casey. Beautifully driven, but will be a dot ball to end the over. Another maiden over comes to an end. Karan Casey has bowled beautifully. 29 gone, 112 for 2. Punchy drive. USA 113 for 2. It's an incredible format. 3 teams play against each other in a double round robin format. The third team in this series is UAE, the host nation. USA, Nepal and UAE will be playing against each other twice. UAE are sitting at number 8 on the table. Beautifully driven, but good piece of fielding.
Well, it's Dipendra Singh Airi at covers, and that was a certain boundary. Had it not been him, because that was hit really hard, too much of force and power behind that shot, and he managed to stop that like a wall, is Dipendra Singh Airi. Very difficult to score runs around him.
Well, indeed, it's been phenomenal and inspirational. You see him doing that, and literally everyone in the field shakes off, even if there is half an ounce of doubt in their minds, and are ready to put in their 200%. Lamichane. This one's gone for the sweep. A single will come through.
I'm sure there's a lot of competitiveness amongst the players when they're on the field, but a very prime example of how they appreciate each other is when I had a small conversation with Mohammad Wasim, the captain of UAE, and we were discussing about how Dipendra Singh Airi had an impact in the field, and he was, without hesitation, he mentioned that Dipendra Singh Airi is one of the best fielders that he has seen, period. So if one good fielder is appreciating another, it tells you that the respect that they have mutually for each other, and also the caliber that we see on the cricket field from these athletes. Mohammad Wasim himself is a very good fielder, and he mentioned that Dipendra Singh Airi is one of the best that he's ever seen. So yes, that's he's a special talent. Meanwhile, this one's gone all the way for 4 runs, not where he intended, Smith Patel, but doesn't matter, they'll take that. And you can see that Sandeep is disappointed, and rightly so, because it was not a bad ball, just a lucky shot for Smith Patel for 4. 30 overs bowled, 121 for 2.
I reckon there'll be a reintroduction of Sompal Kami. Shouldn't be looking to continue with Karan Casey. Need to save him for the death. Sompal it is. Starts off with a drive straight to Dipendra Singh Airi. You mentioned about the fielding exploits of Dipendra Singh Airi. We saw those 5 direct hits in the T20I World Cup qualifiers. Many a times, the optics of some of the bigger players, some of the bigger nations overshadow those of some from the associate nations, which is so unfair. But then, hey, these are the places, these are the platforms where the world is watching. And I can tell you one thing, that the Nepal fans ensure that everything that these cricketers do is made into brilliant reels and shared to millions of viewers around the world. Meanwhile, Sompal Kami bangs and shot has been played gorgeously. Smith Patel gets a boundary.
Well, that length and at that pace, Sompal Kami is asking for trouble, especially against Smith Patel because he is so good. He's well set. He's reading the ball, the line, the length, and had all the time in the world to play that in front of square. Normally, a pull shot, the ball will go towards the square leg region, but this one is almost towards the long on region, wide of the long on region, and that's gone for 4 runs. So tells you that he's played that with utter disdain, Smith Patel, and he's looking dangerous. This is not good news for Nepal because it seems like he might just hang out till the last over, and that's not going to help Nepal's cause. So they need a wicket and they need it now.
Well, indeed. But how do you pick a wicket? Smith Patel has found some massive liking for the surface. He's understood the finer nuances that the surface brings to the table and has been able to deliver with the right timing to say so for USA. 126 for 2 in 30.3. 5 runs already of the Sompal Kami over. And you're right, the pace at which Kami bowls, he bowled that length, you're asking for trouble. Try and bowl fuller. Oh, lets it go this time. This time, I'm still trying to understand that field placement by Sompal Kami. Mid on, mid off, both inside the 30-yard circle. It tells you that he's not going to bowl full. And back of the length, you do not have that pace to actually bounce Smith Patel.
Yeah, 5 fielders inside the 30-yard circle. Now, as you can see, there's a mid-off and mid-on. I think another shortish delivery. This time it's been pulled as well. And 2 boundaries in the over, both in that same region. Smith Patel is looking really, really lethal now. That shot of good length not working for Sompal Kami. But Smith won't be complaining. He'll play that shot all day, all night long with the field position that is in place.
That completely beats me. The field placement and opting for that length. Unless you are intending to make Smith Patel falter on his pull shots. Using his feet this time, straight a shot, beautiful piece of fielding. Got his hand onto the ball. It's the skipper Rohit Patel. What should have been a boundary. Very well saved. Saved a couple of runs for his side. End of the 31st. 132 for 2. Introduction of Kushal Bortel from the 3-1-1 end. One wonders if options. Their prime spinners haven't been able to pick wickets.
Is worth now. And in the meanwhile, it's 7 runs of this Kushal Bhartel over. 32 overs bowled. 139 for 2. Partnership worth 89 runs.